The winter is coming. In March. Hey guys, I hope everyone had a fantastic week. It's Saturday, another Saturday on this TohirT's channel. I'm Tohir. Thank you very much for stopping by. And let's talk a little bit about snow in March, which is in spring, yet it's still snowing. I'm lost. It's been snowstorming for the last several weeks. And I shot a bunch of things during the latest snowstorm. I thought it was something interesting to share. And you know what? If you're currently researching Westchester, New York, use this video as your guide to prepare for the worst. But trust me and believe me, this is actually a pretty cool area to live in. Let's go check out what it looked like early in the morning. It's getting a little bit warm. The night before, we already knew that something is heading in our direction, so we tried to be as prepared as possible, yet nothing really prepared for what was to come. The sound in the background that you will hear throughout some of the videos is actually the sound of the backup generator, because guess what? We pretty much lost the power sometime through the night, and the backup generator had to work through pretty much the entire weekend.
Deer. And another deer. Should I remind you people that it is March 8th? So that's the backup generator supplying us with the power right now because the electricity is out. The wires over here, the power, they look okay. Let's hope there's no more damage. Okay, first stop, checking the status of propane. Ah, Jesus, that's like ice. Propane.
Now here's the kicker. That backup generator that was supplying with energy and heat our entire house is running off of propane. And we were about to run out of propane gas. We can get delivery of the propane on the same day, and we do need it on the same day. Now imagine my state of mind. I know that I'm on a timeline. I need to remove all of the snow to let that tanker in, because if the tanker doesn't make up the driveway and doesn't refill our propane, we're out of power, we're out of heat, we're out of hot water. So basically the house becomes completely unlivable.
Broken branch number 1. Okay, looks like it didn't really touch the power line. Yep. Funny enough, the snow is not that deep, but I think partially because it was just very wet and heavy. And you can see from here, that's the culprit. Those deers, their tracks. They were here. Ah, that's not good. So I'm gonna have to cut it somewhere over here because I don't know if you see, it's right on my wires. Okay, I don't see any snapped wires, which I think is good. Anyway, another branch. Again, blocking the way. Have to figure it out. My neighbor decided not to waste his time with trying to drive the car up the driveway. Okay. That's a snap. So that's my cul-de-sac. Okay, a couple of other branches over there. Mailbox is intact. A little bit more damage down there.
Once I got out on the street, all I could hear was the humming of the power generators between me and my neighbor's house. The danger of a lot of those branches is the fact that they fall onto your power lines, onto your wires, as you saw in one of the videos. And if they take it down, you're out of luck. And imagine if we would not have had that backup power generator. In my opinion, the prior owner of this house cut a lot of corners on a lot of projects, but there were a couple of things that he did do right, and this backup power generator was one of them. Next time someone from California, Texas, all the other places will tell you about either how much we complained here in Northeast in New York State about the weather, you can show them this. I know it's hard to compare ourselves to upstate New York, Minnesota, or some of those other like Illinois, other northern and Midwestern states, but you know what? At least those states, like from my experience from living for 3 years in upstate New York, those states are actually pretty good at cleaning the snow. Our areas are not so much, so that's gonna be a little bit of cleaning for me. As you can see, this is my driveway. Can you see it from here? Let me see. Okay, so this is my driveway, and I'll have to clean it up right now and also clean out those broken branches. That's a little bit of an experience for you. I, by the way, was able to stuck the Gorilla Pod straight into the snow because it's literally like it's half ice. I guess it was melted, wet snow. Yep, welcome to March in New York State.
So now what you see is a nice clean driveway. That's the tree, I guess half of the first tree that was over here. To the side, a bunch of branches and the other things are all the way out there. I just dragged them out. Tree number 2, half of it is over here, the other half is still standing. You can see where it broke off right over there. And you can see the second one broke off right over there.
You can imagine how happy I was to finally finish this project, remove both trees out of the way, clean the snow. So we finally went back home, got some rest, did some work. We're going to bed, or almost getting ready to go to bed. It's about 11 p.m. and the entire house shuts down. There is no electricity. And I realize what's happening because I do not hear my power generator running. So I run out onto the street with a flashlight. My wife is worried the fact that some coyotes might attack me, but I'm trying to check out because we cannot leave the house without any energy through the night because our heat depends on electricity. So if there's no electricity, there's no power. So if there's no power, there's no heat as well. I'm out there, I'm checking the generator. It's out of machine oil. I was this close to completely failing. Because if I would not have had just half a bottle of the same oil that was required for this power generator, we would have been done for that weekend. Luckily, I don't know from where, I actually had the appropriate synthetic oil for that power generator, so I was able to refill it and get it back to work. Now let's recap for a second. I'm waking up in the morning. I see a ton of snow everywhere. I see 2 big chunks of trees with one of them lying on my power lines. I realized that we're almost out of propane and we need that propane to get the energy throughout the house. Now, the tanker cannot get in, so I have to clean the entire driveway. Now on top of that, when we go to bed, the backup generator runs out of oil, so I need to refill it with oil to make sure we have the energy to supply the house with electricity, power, and the heat and the hot water and all that fun stuff. That was within 24 hours on that day. And this is your taste of the snowstorm in New York State in the Westchester area. I love this area, but I am missing sunny days when the biggest issue is the fact it's too hot or there's a little bit of rain in the streets.
And I'd like to express my separate word of appreciation and love for Yabi.
I know this is not the appropriate tool to work through this kind of debris, but you know what? This bad boy was working hard. It knew I needed help. It knew it was the only tool that I have in my shed to do the work, and it did its job. Mwah. Ryobi, thank you. Whatever this video came out to be, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. You know what to do. Leave the comments below, like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I'll see you next time. Peace. and do consider moving to Westchester. New York is a beautiful place.